And hey everybody, it's Cassian Blackcloak. Welcome back to another Resident Evil Resistance video here on the channel. Going to be doing another Spencer build update and showing you some matches with this new deck. I guess we'll call this Sinister Spencer 2.5 because once again we've updated the deck because of the new stuff Neobard's put in the game, and we're going to go over some of that here. So nothing different in the build from the skills and equipment. Still running the refract for the D field defense system, so we have the super cores and also the other benefits in area 1 and 2. Still running battery to work with the mods and also give us more bioenergy to spam these expensive creatures. The invulnerability anchor because it's godly, and the hypercharge because that helps us with the spam in area 3. Excuse me. And the equipment, we got the Resilient Skin 2 to buff up the creature's HP just a little bit, just to give them a little bit more chance to get a bite off or get some attacks in. Bulletproof Glass 3 to work with the super cores. Unstable Generator to help with the super cores, and also the bioenergy recharge is nice. And we got the Fresh Blood 3 to help with the grab. So all good there. Nothing different there. Now where this does come into being different is in the deck. And you can see here with the deck I was using, I experimented a little bit, changing some stuff out, and I decided just to build a separate deck completely. And here's what I'm running. We got the Imposter Zombie because they're amazing. They do so much work. The Liquor, once again, just amazing. They do a lot of work, and it helps to pay off the Ivies quicker because they cost more, which we're going to cover here in a moment. The regular Tough Zombie, the Dealer, and the Double Zombie card for creatures. So we got 5 creature cards here, one of which gives us 2 creatures for the cost of 1, or a little bit more than 1. Then for vapors, we have the Infection Vapor because Infection is nice. It really does make the still work really well for bleeding time off of them and resources. We got the Energy Leech to help drive the bioenergy up. Of course, when the creatures are doing their job and they're energy leached, then you're going to get a lot more bioenergy back to keep the spam going. Very important. For mod cards, we're still running the Generator mod small, and for the double bio recharge it gives with battery because it natively gives you the little bit of about 5%, plus you get another 5% for the passive with battery. So, and then we got the efficiency mod creatures to bring the cost of creatures down, also help with recharge. Now the new mod that they put out, the converter mod creatures, this is where this really comes into play, because what this beautiful little thing does here is starts out when you get it in hand at a cost of 18 bioenergy. And then every creature card you play, the cost of playing that card comes off the cost of this mod. So you can get it down to as low as 1 and play it off. Now once you play it off out of your hand, this mod converts into a playable IV card. So basically with this you can farm IVs, and you don't have to depend on a supply zombie to get an IV. And if you're a creature mastermind, you know IVs are devastating. So I can have sometimes 2-3 IVs, even in area 1 if the team is slow, depending on how quickly I can spam through my deck. Definitely in area 2 and 3, the IVs come out a lot quicker and a lot more often, so that really helps. So think about this: you got a pack of enemies of mobs in a room full of aggressive zombies, liquors, and IVs. I really would not want to go in that room if I was the survivors. And that, especially if you're protecting your biocores, the IVs are a huge benefit. And since I started running this deck, since the update, I've actually rarely had teams make it to area 3, and when they do, it's just an absolute slaughter. This has made a huge bump in victories for me here. I mean, those IVs having a lot more of them out makes a huge difference because they're so much harder to deal with than any of the other creatures. So this is fantastic. So that coupled with the super cores, I'm telling you, this is like, I really believe this is the most effective way to play Spencer. I know a lot of people are all with the zombie spam and door locking and all this stuff, but if they fight through that, by the time they get to area 3, you're really struggling because they can just even a halfway decent team with the standard biocores, they can pop them in like 4 or 5 seconds. But with the super cores I'm running, it takes them like 15, 20, maybe more of sustained team shotting and fire, steady damage to take them down. And with this, this kind of spam working right, it's hard for them to get that 15 or 20 seconds per biocore because they are so covered up with super dangerous creatures, as you're going to see in the video. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple of matches here, and I'll show you why I'm still running super cores and you should be too. Alright, so we're going to be taking a look at the first of these 3 games here, and all of them happen to be in research facility. I just kept getting it like 3 times in a row. It's crazy, and this was on 2 different days too. Anyway though, so we're going to start out here just by, turn off the lights and locking the door just to make this first area just a little creepier. And we're going to go ahead and actually, instead of doing what I normally have been doing and setting up there in that second room, I'm going to go ahead up here where the key is, excuse me, and just go ahead and start committing everything up here. As you notice, this team is actually pretty good. I think there's only 1 lower rank here, and it might be the is there a Jill in this round? Yeah, I think it is the Jill. But we've got I think this might be actually the best of the teams that I went up against as far as performance goes, because ranks don't really mean much. Until you start seeing the team rank that's like, over 500, like in the last video. Good lord. Anyway, though, so we're taking a look here, going ahead and putting down a bunch of creatures. We finally got the first of the survivors in here. We got a Becca coming in. She's going to get greeted by the liquor, and then we're going to put the tough boy down and try and back it up, but she's able to drop the liquor pretty quick. So she gets a free 15 seconds. They finally took out the other liquor. There's another 15, which, in this build, I don't really care about feeding them time so much. It's more about just, draining the resources and, just attrition. But look at that. We already got the first Ivy out. Did you see how that went there? I just spammed up in here, paid off the Ivy card, played it, boom, there's an Ivy now. I got an Ivy within like a minute into the game, basically. It's fantastic, and the Ivy's really going to actually help out, too. Oh, yep, see, there it goes. It just got Sam. The Ivy just took Sam down, so there's the first down real quick into the first area. So, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lock that door. I'm going to drop a couple of creatures here. She went ahead and broke the door open, but that's fine. That just means they're going to hopefully spread out down to the walkway in another area too. So, and I believe we were close to the cap, so I'm just going to let everything kind of chill here. Now, I didn't catch when I was actually playing this that was January on the other side of the door getting him up. I should have jumped in that deal or opened the door and swiped her to stop that, but I just decided to let it fly for now. I'm just going to go ahead and start spamming up this area a little more. Try to get a liquor down here. Yep, there we go. And then try to energy leech everything, so when they start attacking, I'll get some bioenergy back. This is what it should be. Yeah, there we go. Yep, we got the Ivy mod back out again. So, already going to be starting to work on another Ivy. Now, over here, I noticed she's got the malware. I've trained myself now to start checking for that, which most of the time I remember to. Sometimes you just got to play through it, though. Alright, and yep, there we go. So we dropped the tough zombie just to try and harass him a little bit. I don't know if any of them are going to try to butt dance over there or whatnot, but there we go. And yep, going into area 2. So I actually took a chunk out of them for that area. They lost some resources, and I think I probably shook Sam by dropping him that quick. So they might be a little more cautious going into area 2 here. And I think they are, if this is the match I'm thinking of, because of course I'm doing post commentary, because I rarely do live commentary for these. Okay, so lock that, turn off the light, lock the door, just to obstruct them, make it harder to get through and navigate this. And I don't get the anchor on Yorick, so I believe I decided to cancel it here because it's not really doing much for him. Yeah. Go ahead and spread the infection. Okay. And you guys will have to forgive me because, when I'm recording this, I've had an episode with my back, so I'm a little medicated. So just bear with me here if I wander off topic during the narration for this 42-minute video. Alright, so we got... Yeah, okay, so we got a bit more stuff in here. I'm just warming it up. I can't really control anything because of Jan. But look, there's my Ivy already. Look at that. So, on top of everything else in here, I got an Ivy. So now they're coming for me. So they're going to go ahead and try to fight off everything in this room. I didn't want to make it easy for them. So, I'm going to turn off the light again. just to once again try to mess with them. I'm going to try the D field here, but it's not going to work out. Yeah, I'm not good with the D field in this game at all. I mean, I pretty much botch every time I try to use it, so I do remember that. I was just freaking terrible with the D fields. Alright, so I saw Becca, who has the key, coming up here, so I started trying to place a couple of things down. I was kind of tapped out from spamming that room, though. I was hoping they would try to stay in there and fight them off in that room, but she snuck up here. But see, I was paying attention. But at least I'm getting resources out of her because she's using the MQ-11, so that's eating up bullets. So that thing just chews through ammo, so that's fine. Now, Sam over here is keeping me stun locked. I'm trying to stop her from getting this terminal, but I literally cannot even get enough time to swing my arm because of Sam's stun locking. Horrible. Knockback is just ridiculous. Now, this is a point when also in this round I got a really bad RNG run on trying to cycle my deck. I just did not have anything I needed at the time I needed it. For area 2, so this team is actually going to pretty much roll me in this area. I'm not really going to have much I can do against them. I'm still going to try, but RNG was not working for me here, at least in this area. So they're going to get through here pretty easily. As you can see, they're already 2 down. They got 7.5 minutes on the clock. Yeah, now at this point, they're probably thinking, even though they had the spam in Area 1 that they barely dealt with, that, I'm probably not a threat like that, but they don't know what they're in for once we get through Area 2 here, because this build definitely is now really an Area 3 build. I mean, it can do really good in Area 1 and 2, as you're going to see in a minute, in the next couple matches, but in Area 3, man, it just destroys teams. It just breaks them. Unless you just have a bad RNG run and can't get your deck cycled right. That does happen. But it's pretty fantastic most of the time. Alright, now at this point, I'm thinking they're at the exit, but Sam is still back here messing around in this room, and the Ivy gets him. So once again, Ivy coming in clutch, man. It's just going to let me bleed a little more time off of them, and they're going to have a little bit more problem here because Sam is down. They're going to have to come back and save him, because they're not going to want to let him die and lose a total of 45 seconds. Now, I still got the anchor on me, so I'm going to go ahead and bite her. So there's 15 seconds again. There's another 5, so 20. So they killed one. Yeah, so they're going to get Sam back up here. Spoiler alert, they are going to be able to rescue him, but I still get a total of 15 seconds because I got the bite off, and Sam getting dropped there is why I was able to do that. So, once again, the Ivy pays off, and I think they're not even able to kill it. I believe they actually, when they get out of here, yeah, it's still alive. So I'm going to come over here, and I believe, yeah, I'm going to get my D field right at the last second. I'm going to fuck up trying. Oh, man, so watch this stuff. Hang on. Okay, so there's the D field, and they're not quite on the exit, so I'm going ahead and trying to repair the camera, and I'm going to try the D field here. Now, yeah, she's off the exit, so I'm going to say, okay, well, here we go. And by the time I line it up, boom, right before it's going to start hitting them, they hit the exit and get saved. So they basically just straight use game mechanics to dodge my D field. That was just horrible timing, just a waste. But, that's all right. So they're going into Area 3 with, 8 minutes on the clock. Pretty much right under 8 minutes, so... And the first biocore we get is the one on the lower level right over here next to where they spawn. Now, normally this would be a bad thing, but I actually like defending this one because at least there's 2 cameras I can use. As long as the elevator's down, you can use camera 21 and 22 to fight from. Because it's a little further back, but right in the line of sight. So I can actually go over here on this side of the elevator now and start spamming stuff on this walkway, because this is going to draw them over here. I'm basically giving away where the first biocore is, but that's fine. I would rather be set up and prepared with them knowing where to go than, having to wait for them to wander around and not having as much time to set up. So as you can see, I pretty much spammed up to almost a creature cap here. And they take my EIS offline, that's fine. So Sam's going to come over here, they can heat all that, and there we go. So now they drop the elevator, and oh, look at that. There's a whole nother pack of creatures with invulnerability anchor on them over here waiting for them. Hello. Alright, so now a word about while we're watching this horde of zombies just tear them to pieces. A word about why I run Supercores. So I want you to keep in mind when you're watching this that core over there, be on the lookout for when the health bar is displayed on screen, because keeping in mind that these cores, because of the way I have my build set up, each one of these cores has 48,300 points. Normally they have 21,000 points of health. So, you know, I'm running over. I'm running like 2 points. Basically, each core has the HP of 2.3 normal cores, is what that equates to. Because, like I said, I finally got a hold of some that spreadsheet that the Reddit community made, and really helped get some specific numbers in there. Okay, yeah, so we got 2 of them down right now, and I haven't had to intervene here, really. I mean, I'm just letting the creatures do their thing. There's just so many of them. They're so tough in Area 3, they just can't deal with it. It takes a very specific build to counter this. It takes a very specific team composition with the right builds, playing the right way to counter this. It's a very, very strong build. But anyway, so basically, they've got to do 2.3 times the normal damage they would do, because right now they got that core down to about half, a little under half. So right now, if I didn't have super cores, right there, they probably would have popped one. That would have been the first core popped. And all the stuff I've got sitting around here would be useless, because now I've got to go set up somewhere else. Because I'm running the super core, they have to stay focused in this area. They cannot move on to anywhere else till they break this core. So this gives me a lot more time to spam up my creatures and wear them down them, poison them, you know, basically just eat at their time and their resources, because they have to spend so much on the cores and they have to fight off these creatures. So as you can see here, I've got just a fucking wall of undead flesh in front of them, and they are struggling just to even get a foothold and get out of the spawn room at this point. Even when they start spreading out, like there's one of them up there near the core, there's one on the walkway here, and they're going to start. They have spread out previously onto the elevator as well. They were just in a world of hurt because they can't get through it. They start making a dent in it. I've got enough bioenergy, more than enough to repopulate it. And I've got anchors now at this point. Just for a second there, I've got them on almost every creature on the map. So, and yeah, look at that. That biocore's got just maybe a little under half health, right at half. So like that might have been the first biocore popped if I wasn't running super cores, and they would be moving on. So that's that. I mean, that really is an essential part of this build, and that's why I think you should run them too. Because looking at that, if I was running regular cores, they might have still beat me in this game. They probably would have, even with all the creature spam and everything else, because they would have been able to snipe at and do damage enough to the cores to break them, especially in this map. Yeah, not happening here. So, yep, look at that. I think this is the point where I actually do nail it. I do get someone with the D-field finally. Yeah, I got Sam with it. Now, credit to this team, though. These guys are really good. They're playing really well, and none of them disconnected or rage quit. So I got to give them props for that. Even when I started spamming voice lines at them and stuff, just a little bit, they didn't drop out. They fought all the way through to the end, which is coming up right about now, I believe. And yeah, as you can see, this is just total complete devastation with this new deck. It's just fantastic with the Ivies. They just, I mean, instant down anyone if they grab. When the grab goes off, it's done. So you can see with the framework of the Sinister Spencer build in this new deck, it's just disgusting. So let's go take a look at the next match here. Alright, so once again in the research facility, and we've got another mainly decently or high ranked team here. Just a one straggler. I think it was the Becca I saw. I can't remember, or the junior. I can't remember. But one of them is a bit of a lower rank. But there's a lot more they can do with that rank now than they used to be able to. Where they lowered all these rank requirements to get all your skills unlocked. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and once again, I'm gonna spam this room up.
Even live to unlock.
This is actually a good test too, because I had 3 matches in a row on the same map playing the same strategy to see how it worked out, just as, you know, the better sample size. Well, see, I don't put up every game I record, or even record every game I play, because I extensively play these builds and decks to play test them in live matches. Like I'll do some initial testing maybe just to see how everything flows in practice mode, but for the most part I do all my play testing on live matches against real opponents. You know, I don't do a lot of theory crafting and paper. I just see how it works out in practice, because that's what really matters. And as you can see right here, I've got, okay, so 3 of them already infected. And I've got a pretty good sized swarm in here. Starting out, I'm going to put an imposter guy down, and I'm going to drop the double zombie. I think I'm waiting for one more of the creatures to die, or yeah, I took one off. I just spawned one. So you can actually do that if you don't have room for both creatures and don't want to despawn anything. You can actually level it so that one of them won't spawn. If you see the second one is red, then it'll only spawn one of the zombies. It'll still cost you the same amount, but you know, if you want to get that card out of your hand and you've only got one slot and nothing's about to die, you can actually just block one of them with a wall or an object or something and only spawn one of them. So that's you know, keep in mind, food for thought. It's a way you can get around the, you know, not wanting to waste that card or waste an extra good creature that's already buffed. Alright, so we got one of them down in the hallway there. I'm going to go ahead and once again spam up this area to make it harder for them to hopefully to get out. I'm just putting down a wall of stuff here. I want them to have to run into a swarm basically. Turn off the light so it's harder for them to fight. Yeah. My creatures are able to stop January before she gets her skill off. The Ivy's got someone. Sam might save him here. I think he can actually knock the Ivy back, get it to let go of the grab, although he can't really do much to kill it without a torch or a gun. Excuse me. I'm sorry for the coughing. It's my allergies getting to me too. Alright, and there is the dealer inside of her. As you notice, I don't control creatures very often because I want to stay able to act as the mastermind instead of just, you know, micromanaging. Because with fresh blood, realistically the creatures are pretty good, but sometimes I only put down one and I need to manually fight so they do better. You know, and also they take more resources to kill. So I noticed Jan's malwared this camera, and yep, so they're going to get out here. So they got, I ate a lot of their time off there. They did not do well that first round. I love that Sam costume though. Like, was it Black God Goku or whatever? Or I can't, Goku Black. I don't know. I can't see his PSN name on the screen from over here, but he and this dude was a fighter, I'll tell you. This whole team was fighting well. I mean, these aren't, and keeping in mind, these aren't like bad teams I'm running into. This isn't like I picked matches with the worst teams. This is just what I ran into when I play. And you know, I think there has been a bit of an influx of new players lately, but not that much. So you're still mainly playing against people that have been playing for a while and are pretty dedicated. So a lot of the times masterminds are running into more and more competent survivor players that are really getting to where they can, they're starting more and more of them are starting to actually get the full potential out of their characters. And hopefully once that's you know, goes to show how much the balance is tipped towards survivors, that'll Neobards will update that and take into account. But anyway, so yeah, better D field there. I dropped Sam, got him off the terminal. They're gonna pick him up, of course. I'm trying to fight the camera back, and let's see what it does here. Yeah, so there's an Ivy going in. I believe I got from playing the mod card off. And we're going to put a liquor down here who's going to not be able to do enough at the start. Alright, so they're coming this way. They're probably checking for a terminal in that room because most people put one in there. I took my terminal out of there because it's just not easy to defend. There's only one camera. And every once in a while I'm going to change up my presets too, especially where I put up YouTube matches. People can, you know, a lot of the pre-mates, the SWAT teams, they're actually starting to scout. Like, I believe they're starting to scout people that have YouTube channels and Twitch streams and stuff to see how their pre-mates are set up, so they can speedrun more effectively and know where their stuff is set up, like the keys and everything. So I'm going to be changing my presets up every so often just to prevent that. Okay, so coming over here to, yeah, so terminal on camera 11. In this room, the laboratory, and we're going to keep spamming up around the terminal. on the console, so they got to fight to get to it, and they get grabbed. See, there's one of our zombies grabbing them. Put the anchor on the dealer, and I believe this might be one of the few times I actually get her claw slash to land. Yeah, I got a hold of, I think it's Valerie there. Nom 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 nom. Give me your face, I'm gonna eat it. Yeah, and they broke the anchor. Okay. Yep, and then they got the other terminal that quick, so now we're gonna go over here and see what we can do. And Jan's ult's still active. And yeah, I took the camera shield out of the deck because it doesn't help shield against her ultimate anymore, so it's not as useful. I mean, they basically made it useless. The only thing it's really good for is to clear malware now. But, which, you know, they need to fix that. The shield should still be able to shield from her EMP. It's an EMP shield specifically. Oh, and that's a good grenade launcher shot. Look at that. I got 3 of them, and I think I downed one of them. I think it was Becca. So they're going to have to focus on protecting her. I'm going to go ahead and get the malware off here because I have to be able to fight from this camera. So I'll sacrifice the dealer card, give him another 10 seconds. And put the Ivy down here. So there's another Ivy out. So keep noticing those Ivies when I play them. I mean, that's an Ivy I wouldn't have had before that mod existed. And they, like I said, they just do godly work. And yeah, see this team, look at they're on the cameras, man. That's like, what, the second or third time they've broken that camera already? Including the malware. Okay, so I'm trying to put something down here to get it, but yeah, they can't get to it quick enough. Alright, so come over here and look at that. Jan's already malwared that camera, but I can still use my D-field, which doesn't really do much good. She just dodged it. So, and I'm going to hope they shoot out the camera there to clear the malware for free. Sometimes I will try to bait them into that if they don't realize it's malwared. I might try to bait the survivors into shooting out the camera for me to clear the malware. So the camera still gets disabled, and hopefully if I can dip out in time, they don't get any time from it. But that will clear the malware for free, and I don't have to burn a card or bioenergy to do it. Alright, so going into Area 3 here, so as always I'm going to start with putting up the elevator, just to make sure that they have to drop it either to, if the biocore's on the left, if they have to get there, or they have to call it down to go up in the elevator. So once again, just to waste time. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and spam everything up over here. We've got a pretty good setup going to start with. I'm going to go ahead and anchor them. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm briefly consider trying to put some stuff on this walkway, but they never do charge the elevator. And I'm also going to consider putting stuff on the elevator here, but they are, I don't want to burn the hypercharge because it's going to waste because they were going up. So we're just going to come over here. I'm going to hit the elevator, I believe, to send it back down. I should have anyway. With the zombie, just to hopefully only get a couple of them up here for a second so I can recover and start spamming. So yeah, and Jan used her ult again, so there's her EMP again, making it so my skills are more expensive, which I'm not going to waste, even though I definitely have the bioenergy too. And look at that, they broke the camera again. See, these guys are this is a crazy good team here. I mean, they are not playing around. They're doing everything they can to me, but you know, they've got to deal with my supercores. Which, keeping in mind, if I was running regular biocores, this game might have been over, because now they're up to 5 minutes. They're actually gaining time on me again here. Because they keep, that's like, what, the fourth time they've broken that camera already? They're just on it, man. Oh God, the sound of shotguns. Even though I can't hear the gameplay right now, I see the shotguns, and the sound haunts me. It's like in Destiny 2 a few months ago when the Arbalest was the big thing. So go ahead and break that one to get the malware off of it, and I'm going to start spamming up this walkway here. Now this is my absolute favorite biocore to defend here because I've got so much area and so many cameras I can work with initially to you know, resist them. I can, you know, resist them at this initial walkway. I can resist them. You know, initially going through the door out of this camera, then I can also resist them in the main part of the room with the biocore. So it's, you know, and it's the only area of this map that has a door. I'm so glad with the new maps, the Area 3s, they have doors in a lot of the locations. So that's nice because there's a lot more options for the mastermind. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and anchor them over here just to get that card out of my hand, and then come here and do, I think I'm at Creek, I might be at Cap. Yep, there's a waste of the D field again. Well, and clear the malware. So I can use the camera out there eventually. Coming in here, I still got the anchor on that camera, and I think the door is at level 3 lock already, but let's find out.
Think I would let you have this, did you?
My dog's asleep on the couch. She's snoring. It's so cute. And okay, so put a zombie down there, put the sprays in, so now everything in here is infected and energy leached. So now we're set up, and there's the invulnerability anchor on a bunch of them, so now we're really set here. And they picked up another minute from where we were at the last biocore, so they got through one of them, and now they're going to be trying to get through this one, and it's going to be a lot harder. As now I've been able to do a proper setup, I bought myself enough time to really get stacked up in here. Everything they kill I try to replace, just to make sure that we stay at it. There's the next Ivy out, right there. Now this is why I still run Hypercharge. Look at how quickly I can just keep, populating these rooms and spamming them up. I mean, if Hypercharge was not Area 3 exclusive, I mean, this build would just be just disgusting. Could you imagine having a Hypercharge in Area 1? Oh, it'd just be gross. Alright, so, and I keep hitting the vapors again just to make sure anything that I put down new gets the effects. The ideal is to have all 12 of your creatures buffed with whatever buffs you got, of course, especially with the energy legion infection, because that's just going to help me recover energy and drain their time. So yeah, look at this. Yeah, now they're dropping time like like crazy, because the swarm's getting to them. They're getting down like crazy. Danger. One of them's down, and we're gonna actually be killing them off too, I believe. Nope. Oh, somebody sprayed it. Okay, so they're fighting into the room now. And yep, I was hoping I could get the D field up that little short hallway there, but it didn't work out. And let's see. Yep, so they broke the cameras. So they're trying, man. I mean, they really are. They're trying, but it's not gonna. At this point, I mean, it's not gonna make a difference. There's very, very hard to overcome. This once you got this all set up here, especially in an area like this where there's doors to defend and everything. Oh, there goes Sam down. Not the best D field, but I'll take it. I'd rather get one of them down off of it than nobody. At least I got some value out of it. And yep, so they put the malware on the camera and then they broke the camera. So they basically wasted the malware, which is, that's fine. That's fine with me. I didn't have to waste a card to clear it. And yeah, alright, so yeah, we got creature cap, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and use the vulnerability anchor again, just to make sure that at least some of them are safe. And we got the Ivy again. See how quick that Ivy you can farm it back up with Hypercharge. Because, yeah, it lowers the cost of cards, but man, you can spam so many of them. Why did they seek to annoy me? Why did they seek to annoy me? I love it. So, I mean, you can see this build is just super strong. Look at that. 3 of them down, and the 4th one about to go out. Yeah, they're done for. So, there you go. Area 3, when they get there, it's just a freaking nightmare, man. Oh, I love it. I love Spencer, and I love this build so much. Alright, so let's take a look at the last game here, just to once again show you how powerful this Supercore build is. Alright, now this is the match. Man, this is the team that really gave me, really tried to give me what for here. We got Martin in his luchador outfit, and we got January, Rebecca, and a Sam, and I believe they're all pretty decently ranked. I'm not able to see the numbers from over here, but I think they're all pretty decently ranked. I think everybody is at least, has all their abilities unlocked, and then some. So we'll see if this group has the most potential. They're going to help us with our research here.
Today I may reveal the final piece I need to ascend to godhood. Your sacrifice, sir.
So just cycling through to get to this camera. So here we go, dropping another creature. And once again, Same strategy. If you notice, like I said, I'm trying to, when I'm playtesting this, trying to get the most dependable results. I want to make sure I'm playing the strategy as similarly as I can. But of course, there is the point where you gotta adapt to what's going on in the match. So, but if you notice, I'm really playtesting the strategy and the build here to make sure, and it just happens I get this map 3 times in a row, so it's no convenient to see how it works out in similar scenarios. So I've definitely determined this works on Research Facility. This build works on any map. Alright, so I can go ahead and get another, get an Ivy out there. So we got the first Ivy going. Martin, I believe, is going to roll up in here. Wait, is that Martin? Can't tell. Somebody rolled up in here and thought they were going to mess some shit up, but
a child could have found that.
Yep, they're going to get grabbed. Grabbed. Okay, so now I decide instead of putting the liquor in here, I think I'm either going to put it in the main room or the hallway. Yeah, I'm going to put it out here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to resist them here at the door to get out of the main part of the level, back down to the first room. Well, I think it was door 3 or camera 3.
Does the sound of their breath make you tingle with fear?
Alright, so we're putting a little pack right here. Imposter boy. Yeah, it's offline, so I can't lock anything or turn off the lights, so that's fine. I can blind them. I can put a liquor and an Ivy down here, so that's 2 Ivies in Area 1 already. And I've been forgetting to comment on the Ivy situation, so forgive me. But if you've been paying attention there at home, you'll see that the Ivy situation has been very beneficial to me. Very beneficial to me, not so much to them. Oh yeah, there you go. Get her, eat her. Yes! Look at that thing do work, man. I love it. And the liquor fucker with him. It's great. It's so great. Oh, man. And they don't even have the 3rd key yet, do they? No, they haven't found the 3rd. I don't think they realize they don't have the key. I think I just realized that. Or I might not have realized it yet as I was playing. Man, look at that. I got 3 of them infected all to hell. 4 of them infected. 3 of them infected all to hell. And then I had Beckett down there by the Ivy. I think they picked her up, but now they're having to work to clear all that stuff. Now there goes Martin, I believe. Yeah, he's looking for that last key. He hasn't found it over there on the east side of the map yet. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and lock that door, because I know he's going to find that key. So I'm going to go ahead and once again swarm up this little area here to make sure him and his compatriots can get through easily. Because this is a black. Because at this point, I mean, the fact that it went down the back, all the way back down there with only 2 keys, is a huge benefit for me. Because now they got to come all the way back through all this shit again. So I got more of a chance to mess with them. There's a 3rd Ivy in Area 1. 3 Ivies in Area 1 because they dawdled around. Which isn't the main focus of the build, but it's a really nice new facet for it. I really like it. Look at that Ivy dip around his torch. Look at that, man. I love it. They are so good as AI controlled creatures. Even though Sam just straight punked it right there. I mean, did you see that dodge? Amazing. Martin fucking kills me with that wrestling outfit. It's so stupid. Alright, so I see Yorick spawned over there in the next room, so I'm going to go ahead and put an initial defense down over here. I think the liquor I'm going to drop in here, though, and then I'm going to go back, yeah. So I don't want to put the liquor in here. They don't do so well in here. There's not enough room for them to move. They do a lot better in that other area where they got room to jump around. Get up, and get down, jump around. And, you know, just spamming this area up. You know, once again, just making it so they got to fight through all this shit to get to Yorick and get his card. Which, yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it past this area. Yeah, because they've only got 2 minutes on the clock. They're in trouble. Because I've given them a lot to deal with, and they're just now coming in here, so they're just now wading into the fray. So, yep, and we're gonna get Martin with the D field. He's trapped. He's dead. That's nice. And we're gonna put Liquor Boy down here. Drop that zombie there to try and protect our down. Nope, he's already back up somehow. How did that work? Put an Ivy over here because Sam's being an idiot. Put a Liquor down here to follow me in the next room. Yeah, and I think I'm going to jump into Yorick here, yeah. So, and now I'm really going to take it to him, so. Okay, so Martin's down again, and I'm getting Sam. He's getting bit right there. And of course I'm in Yorick because I want them to have the least chance of killing him possible. Oh yeah, they're done. Look at that, they're just done. So there you go. Ivy's tough creatures, and Yorick the MVP. Alright, so thanks for stopping by to watch the video. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. If you feel like it, sign up on Patreon. If not, it's okay. So we'll catch you Black Cloaks in the next experiment. Bye.